fourth graders. I hope you had a good Memorial Day honoring those who have died in service to our country. Let's say that on Memorial Day you went to a party, and at this party there was a unicorn cake, rainbow streamers, and colorful balloons. What could you assume about that party? What's the theme of it? Obviously, this party had a unicorn theme. Today we'll be discovering theme in literature. So what is theme?
It's the gist, the message.
And theme is basically like the main idea, because when we find the main idea of something, we're talking about a non-fiction text. When we find the theme of something, we're talking about fiction or narrative text. Here are some common themes.
Accomplishment, courage, friendship, belonging or identity, family, loss or grief, growing up, anger, suffering, jealousy, love, perseverance or determination, honesty.
To find the theme, it helps to focus on the main character, because usually the main character in your story is learning some sort of lesson. And the lesson that the main character is learning is usually the theme.
The gist, the message.
So let's take a look at an example. Here's a poem called Swimming to the Rock from your Wonders Literature Anthology. My father and brothers are swimming to the rock.
Come with us!
They call to me, and I say, maybe next year. The rock is very, very far away. I sit on the dock with my peanut butter sandwich. I watch them dive into the water and swim the distance, their kicks and splashes and elbows getting smaller and smaller as they near the rock. It takes them a long, long time. They arrive and pull themselves to stand and wave their arms in the air. I can't see it, but I know their hands are in fists. I can't hear it, but I know they are cheering. Even the loons call to celebrate their arrival. I sit on my dock, dangling my feet in the water, counting dragonflies. My father and brothers come closer, and from the water lift their faces with wild, wet smiles. And I think, this year. So in this poem, let's focus on the main character. What's the lesson that she learned throughout this, or how did she change? Well, we see that at the beginning, they invite her to go with them to the rock, and she said, maybe next year. But then at the end, she says, this year. So her mind changed somewhere in the middle of the poem from not wanting to go to the rock to wanting to go to the rock. Let's take a look at these common themes. Do any of these seem to work in this poem? Courage. She has to work up the courage to go. And so what is the lesson that she learned? I think she learned the lesson that some things are worth taking a risk for. When you find the theme of something, it's not so much about right answers or wrong answers. It's about finding what you think the author is saying and being able to explain it the way I just did. So that's what I'd like you to do now. I'm going to give you an option between two different poems. Choose one and share with us what you think the theme is. Remember to explain your thinking so that we can understand where you're coming from. Have fun!